Ladies and gentlemen, podcast explorers, and the marvelously befuddled minds out there, welcome to the Ineffably Sublime Podcast, the place where sagacity meets silliness and the bizarre is our business. Prepare to be flummoxed, puzzled, and tickled by the jaded edges of our perception as we embark on a journey through the enigmatic realm of the Mandela effect. Now, if you're thinking, what in the multiverse is the Mandela effect? Fear not. We're here to guide you through this curious conundrum like the pun whisperers decoding the cryptic messages of reality. So grab your quantum dictionaries, sprinkle some skepticism in your coffee, and let's engage in a sagacious exploration of memories that play hide and seek with the truth. Get ready to question more than your recollections. We're decoding the cosmic punchlines of existence, unveiling the punny paradoxes that leave us all delightfully perplexed. Remember, dear listeners, it is not a parallel universe, it is a punallel universe. Fasten your seatbelts and keep your wits about you, and let the wonderful adventure begin. Hey, Mitch.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love my jagged edges tickled. I don't know if you...
Your jaded edges?
Oh, my jaded edges, yeah. Or jagged edges, what?
Yeah, whatever.
You know, at the beginning when you said that, I'm like, I'm going to remember this. And then sure as shit, I've already forgot.
That's okay. That's okay.
Jagged edges, jaded edges.
Well, we decided, listeners, to do an episode about the Mandela effect, and because it's something that we talk about often. So, but before that, let's do a little bit of housework here. Let's catch up. What's been going on? What are you watching?
I finished season 2 of Reacher.
Okay.
And it's very, very good. If people, I don't know if anyone ever really watched the Jack Reachers that Tom Cruise did, the movies.
I watched the first one.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good. Second one, I didn't watch that one at all. Of course, this guy that plays Reacher is quite the polar opposite of Tom Cruise. He is a big, beefy, burly, bulging man. What's his name? Alan Richson.
Yeah.
He is fantastic in this. Highly recommend. It's very action. Got some, it's like a detective-y kind of series with, like I said, it's a little bit of mixture. You got some thinking to do and then just some straight up ass kicking. Highly recommend. It's on Prime Video.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in the heavy of the Trailer Park Boys season 8, right?
Yep, I got to the part. I'm about halfway through season 8. Nice. Yeah. And like I said, I thought I was gonna have to go back to the beginning because it had been a while, and I wasn't sure if I remember what was going on. But yeah, season 8's pretty good, pretty damn funny.
Good.
I think what was it? Ricky and oh my God, what's her name? His wife, not his wife, but
Lucy.
Lucy. I kept wanting to call her Lori. She's with the mall cop, and Ricky's jealous, and he was telling Lucy he wants to be more than that, more than just friends. He wants to be friends with the Benedicts. She's like, what is friends with the Benedicts? And then he goes on this whole big thing. Of course, he's supposed to mean friends with benefits, but
right.
Typical Ricky, friends with the Benedicts.
God, at some point in one of the seasons, you're going to hear him say you got to keep your friends close and take your enemy's toaster. I love it.
I love Ricky.
He's like, that means we got to get Randy's toaster. Look.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. As a family, we're watching, it's a kind of a documentary kind of thing on Netflix about people with autism.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're bringing this up right now. I was just going to tell you that's what we're watching.
Oh my God, we just started season 2.
Yeah, I'm at the end of season 2.
Oh my God, I love that show. Love it.
Dude, the one guy, Connor, I can't handle him. I cannot handle him. He is too much.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I've just now met Connor because, like I said, we just literally started season 2, and when we started it, we met Connor, but I was still like it's like 2 a.m, and I didn't know if I wanted to keep going. Yeah, it's a fantastic show.
It's great. And dude, I gotta tell you, last night we just got done with the 6th episode, and every episode, they end the episodes with like this weird, cliffhanger in their own right. You know what I mean? It's like they leave you with this like moment, and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
And it's never ever like a good payoff. Like whenever the episode starts, they're just the question's answered, and you're like, oh, yeah, that was underwhelming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it makes me so mad. Because the cliffhangers are like Walking Dead worthy.
Yes.
And I just started laughing at the end of the episode. I'm like, God damn it! We have to watch the next one. That's what I told Tammy, and we didn't. And I was like, these cliffhangers are ridiculous. And then I said out loud, I said previously on Netflix's Love on the Spectrum, like. And I know that it's gonna be nothing. I know that it's gonna be just like, because the one girl says, "How do you feel about sex before marriage?" And the guy goes, "Oh," and then it ends, and I'm like, God damn it, you son of a bitch!
You can't do that. Yeah.
And the one before that was like, it ended on like the one guy, I forget his name, Josh maybe, the guy with the long hair that stutters a lot.
Oh, James.
James, is that his name?
I love James.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh my God,
it ended with him on a date, and he was like asking, he's like, so would you maybe maybe think about going on another date again? And she just like kind of stares to the right and stares to the left, and it just like ends, and I'm like,
oh.
God damn it. But then when it starts back up, she's like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? That was the fucking answer? This is bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit. But I fucking love the one couple, the one that's in Africa. I love them.
Abby and
David.
Oh, yes.
They're great, man.
Oh, they are. I love
She cracks me up.
The way he says lions, we're still to this day, well, not to this day, it's just been a couple days, but we'll say something, we'll be like, the lions, because the way he says lions is just, I love it. Oh, and when those two, like when they first kissed, and did you see how she kisses?
Yeah,
it's she's so getting weird. Ready to blow a bubble, and then
have you noticed that every time they kiss, she like flips her hair to the side and she goes, thanks.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. When they first kissed, she said thank you. Then he goes, "You're welcome." And then she walks away. She's like, "You're welcome too."
It's so.
I love these characters. Every single Danny kind of gets on my nerves a little.
Yeah,
bit.
She's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. That poor guy that she roped along that. Not that it's her fault. She's got autism. I'm not gonna say she was doing it on purpose, of course, but that poor kid, their first date, and she's like, "I'm in love with you," and he's just giggling and 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 they start kissing, and then they go out on one more date, and then that's it. Then she calls him and breaks up. I felt terrible for the poor kid. I don't remember what his name was, but anytime she pops up, she's definitely my least favorite of all of them. But
she's very strict.
Yeah. But
God, I love the one guy. I forget his name. He's the best. He's so polite. The very polite one.
The older guy.
Is he older? No, not the older guy.
Not the older guy.
That guy drives me absolutely fucking insane. I can't handle that guy.
What's his name? I think that guy was Steve, I think was that guy's name.
Dude, wait till you see the date he goes on, man. It drove me insane.
Oh, okay. Is he on season 2?
Oh, he's there.
Okay.
Just wait, because it literally drove me nuts. I was like, I can't do with this guy. This guy does not know what he wants in life. And I get it. He doesn't seem like I get that they all have autism, but like I can't with it.
Yeah. I love his voice though. He's got a
He's
great voice.
Yeah, I agree. But he
Yeah.
just keeps doing this thing where he goes, oh, and I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Like the end of the first scene, what was it? The second date, or the date with the second lady. She said about going out on another date, and he's like, oh, oh, oh.
I can't,
and then like
man.
the producer had to be like, she's asking you out on a second date, and he's like, oh, let me think about it.
Yeah, that guy's wild.
He is.
But no, the one he's like a younger dude. Oh man, I don't know his name, but he's so overly polite. Like he's great.
God damn, I don't think was he on season 1?
No.
Oh, okay, so I don't know who he is then.
Because you haven't gotten that far yet?
No, like I said, the only part of season 2 that we saw was we met Connor and Danny a little bit, and then Abby. They told him, they decided, oh shit, what's his name? Did you say his name was David?
Yes.
Abby. He brought that cardboard thing saying that they were going to go to Africa. That's it. I don't think I remember this. Because I remember James. Yeah, I don't remember. Like, Connor's the only new one that I remembered seeing. But like I said, we barely got through the first episode of season 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think we've met him yet.
You'll know exactly who I'm talking about when you see this guy. I forget his name.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Could it be... Oh, let's see. I just went on Wikipedia. Tanner?
Yes.
Okay. Tanner Smith. And then I see
He's
somebody...
awesome.
Okay. Oh, there's no Kaylin in season 2. I see. That's the one. She was the one that went on the speed dating. Trying to think. She ended up going on one date with a guy towards the end. I think she was only maybe in maybe 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
She had the pigtail. Yeah. Yeah, it says here that she's not in season 2. I mean, she wasn't one of my favorites anyway. Like, James and Abby are probably my 2 favorite out of that. Oh.
Yeah.
Just such a great show. Just a great show.
I can't believe you brought that up, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what we've been watching too. Every night we watch that.
Yeah, because I used to have it get stuck.
Tonight.
Okay, because I used to get stuck having to watch. Izzy was really obsessed with the 800-pound life and 1,000-pound sisters. The 1,000-pound sister show I can't do with either of those two. Like the 600-pound life, there's some of those people you kind of, get a nice, you feel for them, you feel bad, or you get angry. You have some sort of human reaction to them. This 1,000-pound sisters, I got both of them just annoy the absolute shit out of me, and I don't like either one of them.
Nice.
So
interesting.
Yeah, so now that she's on this the autism one, like I said, I love it.
Yeah, there's another one. I can't believe that it's an actual show, but I saw it. It was on Netflix's suggestions because it was like, since you watched Love on the Spectrum, you might like. And it was like the first. It was like it's called Down for Love.
Oh no!
I swear, and it is exactly what you think it is.
I
don't know, man. I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah. Well, you might as well.
This one drives me nuts, and I feel bad because, dude, I can't handle Connor. That dude is wild. He is so bizarre. And I don't know. I mean, I'm rooting for him, but fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. This guy's got something.
Yeah. The part that would drive. This, I don't know, this sounds kind of, I mean, because I understand everyone's got, things with autism, but that way that he talks, like in that first episode, how he kind of talks and he trying to just, and then he comes back up. I was like,
fucking weird,
I'm
man.
like, why? I'm like, why are you doing?
It never stops.
And he's back. It's like, oh man, that would drive me insane.
Yeah, it never stops. And then you get to watch this dude go through speed dating, and it's so fucking wild. And his
mom's hot.
I mean, she's nice, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. His mom seems pretty cool, but
Yeah.
and then you'll meet another girl, young African American girl named Journey.
Okay.
And I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. She
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Like I said, my favorites are when Abby comes up and when James comes. Like James can be a lot, but
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but oh my god, like some of those times when his dad would talk to him and he's like, oh, it's like very Napoleon Dynamite, you
Yeah,
know,
kinda.
because he would like his dad would say something about his hair and he's, oh, dad, ooh,
You know how I feel about my hair, Dad. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
You know
he's
what? Then
funny.
when he was all dressed up, he's like, yes, yes, very good, okay, yes, very good, okay, well then, goodbye, yes, very good.
Yeah,
I
that
love
guy
it.
is awesome.
I love it.
I would totally hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. But yeah, and then in the very
Oh,
opening episode, Abby says about her dog, she's like, "Hey, she shitted on the floor."
yeah, that's right.
I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
She shitted on the floor. Oh my. Yeah, that's fantastic that we both just thought of that at the same time.
I
That
was
I.
literally seconds away from bringing it up, and you brought it up. That's fucking great.
Oh, but yeah, season 2 we'll probably hit that. Well, shit, if we don't do it tonight, I'll have to wait till next week. So, yeah, we might hit it up cuz tonight's Domino's night. I got an email, a really good deal, so I told Izzy about it and she's like, "Oh yeah. She's obsessed with Domino's now."
Huh.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, well, I suppose we should probably get started here.
Let's do it. Let us get started with the Mandela effect.
All right, well, I'll read the opening thing here if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
All right, so the Mandela effect. It is a phenomenon that makes us question even the most mundane memories from the past. In June of 2019, the famed New York Times crossword puzzle made it the theme and defined it as a recent refinement of false memory that typically refers to pop culture or current event references. Named by paranormal researcher Fiona Broom, it is basically remembering something that doesn't match with historical records. For example, the stuff you use to make your home smell fresh isn't Febreze, spelled Febrezze. And then it says more on that later, so I'm assuming we'll come back to that. Broom has said that she loves the idea that the Mandela effect or others claiming they distinctly recall different events or details could be proof that we're existing in alternate realities. We're not so sure that's the truth, but these comparisons between popular belief and reality makes our jaws hit the floor as we it says as we type, but I'm reading from an article. So check out 40 of these gobsmacking the fuck?
I mean, they're interesting facts, but I wouldn't consider them gobsmacking. What the hell is
Gobsmacked.
isn't that's a good band. Well, it's Godsmack, but not Gobsmack. But isn't that a candy?
Gobstopper.
Gobstopper. All right, I knew it was something with a gob.
Gobsmack. That's fucking weird.
So basically, this whole Mandela effect is something that's relatively new. Then.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I mean, I figured since it says Mandela, obviously this is about Nelson Mandela. But still, it's one of those, he's been around for a while. Well, he's dead now, but I wasn't sure if this was something that had been talked about before or if this is relatively new, and I guess it is relatively new. Huh.
Yeah. It's definitely been on my radar since 2019, since it first started. I heard about it and was like absolutely blown away. The first Mandela effect I ever heard of was the Berenstain Bears.
Oh,
which is the most popular one.
That is a very popular one.
Let's go ahead and start with just like the reason we're all here.
Yeah. So, reason number one, it's about Nelson Mandela's death. And Autumn had just asked me about this last night because I said, we're going to do about the Mandela effect. She's like, as in Nelson Mandela? And I'm like, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it's named after. I said, but in all honesty, I have no idea. So that's the reason we're all here. It's Nelson Mandela, who this theory is named after. He died in 2013. However, countless people distinctly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. But his death isn't the only example of the Mandela effect. We have been wrong about so many dates, details, and more. See, I never even heard of Nelson Mandela until he was released from prison. And then that's when I started to hear who he was. I think he got released in, would have been like late 80s, maybe early 90s. I had no idea. We were never taught about him. So, so this is one of those that I couldn't even say, oh yeah, I thought he died too. I'd never heard of him till he escaped. Or no, he didn't escape prison. He got released.
Right.
But yeah.
I remember the day. I remember it was either the week or the day that he died. I was at an Olive Garden in State College, eating with a couple of friends while we were on our way to watch the Trailer Park Boys live.
No shit.
Yeah. And I remember looking up at the TV and they were talking about Nelson Mandela dying. So 2013.
God damn. So the Trailer Park Boys were in State College.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I went and saw him at Bryce Jordan Center. It was awesome. Such a good show.
God damn. That would be awesome.
I just remember my favorite memory about that wasn't even like the show itself was great. It was exactly what you expected. I got to watch Bubbles play Liquor and Whores live. It was amazing. But my favorite part about the whole experience was whenever they had like an intermission and I went out to get some nachos or hot dog or a drink or whatever the fuck I got. I don't remember. And the guy behind the counter goes, "What is going on in there?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It just sounds like a bunch of Canadian guys swearing and talking about weed." I'm like, I looked at him and I made this face and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Have you never heard of Trailer Park Boys?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "That's what it is." Like, he goes, "Oh. Sounds riveting." And I'm like, if you aren't a fan of the show, it ain't gonna make any sense to you. So
yeah,
that's pretty much what it is. And he goes, "Well, the one guy sounds like an idiot." I'm like, "He is an idiot."
Yeah.
He goes,
"I heard him sounds like it."
He goes, "I heard him call Santa Claus Santa Jesus God." I'm like, yeah, he's dumb as fuck.
Oh man. Yeah, see now, like even in 2013, I'd never heard of him. I had no idea. I didn't know really who Trailer Park Boys were until just within the last couple years. I was very I had seen like the things on Netflix. Oh, we recommend you watch Trailer, and I'm like, no, I have no idea what this is. So I'm very new to this trio, we'll call them. But my God, I'm glad I'm into them now. Man, are they funny?
Man, if they ever come back around live, we're totally going.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn
it, I did absolutely.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for starters, Mandela effect. We talked about Nelson Mandela. So the first one is Jif peanut butter. It says here that it is Jif, not Jiffy. I have never seen it spelled as Jiffy.
No.
But people swear that there was a Jiffy peanut butter back in the day. But we speculate they're combining Jif with its competitor Skippy. That's what I always thought.
Yeah. I think I have heard people call it Jiffy, but I think people are just being smartasses about it. No, it's always been Jif. Yep, Jif, Skippy, Jiffy. Like even the picture that they show here kind of doesn't even look right. Where it's
not even close.
No. So now on to number 3, Looney Tunes. So it's all about the spelling again. Some people think that the tunes in Looney is Toons, as in short for cartoons, but it's actually tunes as in music, Tunes.
That makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah. It makes it. It says it almost makes zero sense, but yes, the cartoon was spelled as tunes.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Why would it be that?
I don't know, because with you having it with how it's spelled now, that makes it sound like it should be like musical, like it should be singing and shit, and I mean they do some of that on there, but yeah, it feels to me like no, it doesn't. No,
I don't like it.
The wrong one looks right to me.
Right,
I think. Yeah,
I agree with you. It doesn't make any sense. They're cartoons.
Yeah. Yep.
and they're
Yep.
loony. That like I don't get it.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I guess for the listeners, if you're not driving and you want to, see these pictures, it was just on. It was an article on of all websites. Popular Mechanics is the websites that we're off of. So just type in like Mandela effect and then popular mechanics, and then it'll come up with 40 Mandela effect examples that will blow your mind. And then if you're sitting around, you can, kind of like look at these pictures along with us. Yeah, but if you're driving, don't do that.
Right.
Very much be against this.
Now, the fourth one is the one that I had previously mentioned,
Yeah.
the Berenstein Bears. And if you aren't familiar with the Mandela effect of it, and that is basically just that Berenstein, Stein, versus Berenstain, which is the correct one, which is Stain. The lovable cartoon bear family actually spelled their name with an A. I think that's horseshit. I
think it is too.
fully remember seeing the EIN.
Yep.
Even I can remember sitting in my family room as a child watching it and thinking, "Oh, as Berenstein." Like I knew how to spell it. Like
yeah, it's a 100% Berenstein Bears. 100%.
Like Berenstain Bears makes no fucking sense to me.
No.
It sounds like foreign.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row we're talking about the Berenstein Bears. We talked about them last week, didn't we? Because we talked about how the Messy Room book.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids are assholes.
Deja vu.
Yeah, the dad's a bit of a dick sometimes too, but they're Berenstein, not Berenstain. So we're at like what 2 in a row now where we think the wrong one is actually correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Now, the fifth one here doesn't resonate with me at all. I'm not overly fond of the book series, but I'll let you go on.
Yeah. Number 5 is about Curious George's tale. Then it says was never there. Then it's are you freaking out? So yeah, I was never much. We watched a little bit of his cartoon when Izzy was young, because it was just on PBS and it was in between like, Sid the Science Kid and Arthur. So we watched it, but Curious George is another just total shithead. But yeah, it's one of those. I kind of thought he had a tail, but evidently he does. He looks weirder without a tail. To be honest,
he's a monkey. Why wouldn't he have a tail?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a dick. That's why. I mean, the things he would get into. It's just, God damn it, George. It's like,
I know.
Don't be a douche. All right.
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, why wouldn't he's a fucking monkey?
Yeah, exactly. He's a monkey. Yeah, he should have at least a nub of a tail, but it doesn't look like he's got anything.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes these are just make no sense.
No. And see, this next one, I'll have you read it, but Autumn got it wrong, and I was very shocked about this one.
So, Sex and the City, and not Sex in the City. Well, these 4 women were having sex in the city. The show was called Sex and the City. So,
Yeah.
I'm neither here nor there on this one, but
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the show, so
I just like the random boobs that they would show. But anyway, when I asked Autumn about it, she thought it was, and she watched it, when it was out, and she could have sworn it was Sex in the City, but it's Sex and the City.
yeah, that one's a weird one, man. I mean, there's so many of them that like could be or couldn't be, and you're just like, what? It's easy enough to fuck up, but
yeah. Well, the one that we'll hit later, I am going to swear and pound my fist that it really happened, but we'll get to that. It's got to be on here, I'm sure.
Well, if it isn't, we'll make sure you bring it up.
Fuck nay.
All right, the next one is Febreze, the aforementioned Febreze. You might use this stuff every day, but apparently, I don't even know which one's right. Oh, it's
the one on the right.
It's Febreze, so not spelled like it's like Febreze.
Yeah, it's like Febreze.
Yeah,
Febreze. Yeah,
that's weird.
Febreze.
Why would it not be breeze? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
because that's another one.
maybe it's thought to be spelled wrong because breeze is spelled that way. You know what I mean? And maybe
I
we just never
guess.
fucking thought about it. But
Yeah,
I just think that's weird.
that is weird. It's another one. I think the wrong one's right. Yeah, the right one does not look correct at all. Yeah, it doesn't look right. Yeah, Febreze. Febreze. Yeah, that's.
Just call it Febreze. Like it's always been Febreze. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, you being a product of the 80s, you might remember the popular Oscar Mayer commercial. I only ever heard the song with an A.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on and say the Mandela effect is the incorrect one.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, Oscar Mayer, one of the most confounding of all. Says there's an A in Meyer. Honest to goodness, we thought it was Meyer as an Meyer. Yeah. His name is Mayer. Yeah. But I tell you what, even when I sing the song and how I just mumbled it, I could see myself putting an E in there. My baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. My baloney has a second name, it's No, I really can't. Mayer. Meyer.
E just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah. No, it really doesn't. So it really kind of is A. But the E looks perfectly normal to me too. Because it looks like it should be Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, that's true. And I had a friend with the last name Meyer, and it was Meyer. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the way it is spelled, it does look Oscar Mayer. John Mayer. I don't get it.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
This one
These are wild though.
I know. The next one means pretty much nothing to me. Skechers shoes. I don't know. Don't really care. Some people say that there was a T in Skechers and not just the C, Skech.
Yeah, see, this one looks perfectly normal to me. That like the wrong one looks ridiculous that there's a T in there. But I was a Skechers wearer. They got
I still wear Skechers, and I've never paid that much attention to the logo.
Yeah. I think I have enough.
Trivial.
Mm-hmm. Skechers are comfortable ass shoes.
Sure are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Here's number 10 with the Fruit Loops. Kellogg's has been spelling fruit like that for years, and we only now noticed it. So the wrong way is the fruit, Fruit, and then the loops, Loops. But it's actually Frootloops, so that all the vowels are gonna all be O's so that they can put a different color Fruit Loop in there.
See, that one makes sense to me.
It does. Yeah. See, that one looks right. That the right one looks right. This is one of the very few so far that I'm like, well, yeah. Like, I would figure for marketing, that's why you would, of course they taste fruity, of course, but you get to put more colors, of your loops in there.
Side note, did you know that Fruit Loops are all the same flavor?
No. Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought there were different flavors.
No, they're all the exact same flavor.
Huh. I'm going to have to go buy some Fruit Loops now. Not that I'm calling you a liar, but I've just felt like that there were different flavors. I guess it's just in your mind when you got different colors, you're just going to assume, oh, well, the red's going to have a little bit of cherry up in it, and, blue's going to have a skosh of blueberry. So it's all the same.
Even though there are 6 different colors of the cereal in Fruit Loops, all of them taste exactly alike. Not only has this been proven in a taste test by consumers, but Kellogg's, the company, the manufacturers of Fruit Loops, confirmed it in 1999.
Dang. I need to go get some Fruit Loops now.
See, and then I've had some people tell me, like, oh, well, Skittles will taste the same. Like, no, they fucking don't. They are.
No, they don't.
Definitely different.
Yeah, because when you bunch them all up and put them in your mouth all at once, there's a whole bunch of different tastes. No, they're different. They're different flavors.
Yeah.
I will not be told otherwise.
All right, so number 11 here is King Henry VIII. Is that 8? King Henry VIII?
Yep.
His turkey leg, for some reason, people distinctly remember this portrait showing the King of England wielding a turkey leg. To be clear, he was not.
I have no clue about either one of these.
I've never heard of that. I mean,
why would somebody paint a turkey leg? I mean, he looks like he's a big guy, but I can't imagine he'd have been like, nope, you're gonna do this painting of me, but I got to be holding this turkey leg for hours on end. Well, hell, probably even longer than hours.
I mean, all they'd have to do is paint that part first.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh. Yeah, I bet it cost an arm and a leg.
Well, if our soundboard worked, we could do the but that's still very upsetting that doesn't work.
I know. I'll figure it out someday.
That's all right.
All right, here, the next one's a big one for a lot of people, and recently has been mostly debunked. So go ahead, Mitch, and I'll fill it in.
All right, it's Monopoly Man and his monocle, or more like the fact that he does not have a monocle. This, as some suggest, might be a simple confusion between him and the Planner's company mascot, Mr. Peanut. So, like right there, like seeing him on the left with the monocle looks perfect. That looks like the one on the right where it's correct does not look correct at all. I feel like he had a monocle.
Yeah, you could be right. But they recently debunked this. Apparently, it does exist in a British version of the game and only on the $2 bills. So it doesn't totally debunk it in certain aspects. Like, if people remember it being as part of like the logo and the marketing of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it does exist on the $2 bill in this exact image.
Wow. Okay. I feel
how
like
that would be ingrained in everybody's fucking mind is mind-blowing to me. But
right
now, this was debunked by the Mandela effect specialist named Nicole on TikTok. She has been going absolutely crazy, dedicating her entire life recently to debunking Mandela effects. And she has recently came up with viable explanations for both the Monopoly Man and the Fruit of the Loom.
The cornucopia.
Which we will probably get to also in this.
I'm sure.
I will bring her up again.
Yeah.
The reason behind it is pretty fucking wild. But that's despite that is what is happening.
Yeah. Every picture I'm seeing of the Monopoly guy. Oh, there's an interesting one of him pissing on somebody. That's weird. With a monocle. But all these are, he does not have a monocle at all. Son of a bitch. Oh, there's the British version. Okay. Rich Uncle, what's his name? Rich Uncle what?
Moneybags.
Pennybags.
Pennypack.
Rich Uncle Pennybags. Milburn. Milburn Pennybags is his name. What a name.
What a...
That first name is rich guy written all over it. Milburn.
Nice. All right, number 13, Pikachu. This one is... I am a huge Pokemon fan. I always have been a huge Pokemon fan. This one just seems fucking ridiculous to me. Pikachu's never had a black tip on his tail. I don't know where. This image looks fucking insane. It looks dumb and out of place, and I have only ever known Pikachu to have the brown at the bottom of his tail and the black tipped ears.
Yeah, I can add absolutely nothing to this. I never watched Pikachu or Pokemon or any of that stuff, though. I'm gonna let you do all of that talk.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
If you think Pikachu had a black tail, you're just wrong. In my opinion, there is none. Those who, the many of you that clearly remember the black detailing on the tail, that's incorrect. I'm pretty sure, and I've been a fan of Pokemon pretty much since it came out. So,
well, there you go. Let them have it. Tell them all to fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yes. All right. So now we're gonna hit number 14, the hyphen in Kit Kat. But there isn't one. So if you've ever had an existential crisis about the fact that there is no hyphen between kit and cat. Now that you're not alone. I think I fucked up that sentence. Anywho, there is no hyphen in Kit Kat, and it doesn't.
Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't look right. Like I never would have thought that there was one in Kit Kat.
That's just because they photoshopped it incorrectly. But yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's dumb.
It is dumb.
That's a dumb one.
That is a dumb one. We got two dumb ones in a row.
I wouldn't have an existential crisis about being like, what happened to the hyphen? Holy fuck. All right, here's the one that really fucks with me. Fucks with a lot of people. I can remember distinctly sitting in the library of elementary school being like, what's that basket? And they're like, that is a cornucopia.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking about the Fruit of the Loom logos, ladies and gentlemen. Fruit of the Loom has never had a cornucopia behind it. Ever. In the history of Fruit of the Loom.
And I don't believe it for a second.
No. So this girl on TikTok, again, her name it just comes up as Nicole. All right, but her username is Dime Lifting, whatever the fuck that is. Dime is in the money, so you can go check it out on TikTok. She's got a ton of videos about this specific Mandela effect, and she figured it the fuck out. She figured out that it is just a basically corporate gaslighting.
Oh.
For any other reason that you want to believe other than like they basically she figured out that like that it did exist, that there are people that have found articles of clothing with the cornucopia behind it, and that for some reason Fruit of the Loom removed it and lied to everybody about its existence.
Well, like it's some sort of big like fucking like conspiracy or some shit.
No, she believes fully that it was done as a test, as a test to the people, like the government being like, well, if we can fucking make them believe that it wasn't there, what else can we get them to believe?
Oh, I can dig that. I dig it.
Yeah, basically and why they chose this, I don't know.
I don't either.
You know what I mean? It could be the Berenstein Bears thing all over again. However. Yeah. Another thing people have dug out of the depths of their homes only to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
So, but this one has substantial evidence that it did exist. There's even an album. A man wrote an album called Flute of the Loom. And someone reached out to this guy and said, why did you, and it had a cornucopia on it. And someone's like, why did you, he goes, I would have never fucking put that there if it didn't exist. Of course it existed. So
this is a wild one. This is probably one of the best ones out there.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, I remember the cornucopia full light is and here's the thing. Where the fuck are they getting these fake ones? Like the fake logo? Obviously that's exactly what it fucking looked like.
Like the correct one looks ridiculous. The one with the cornucopia looks perfect. Looks perfectly fine.
Yeah, so where did the fake one come from? You know what I mean? Someone's like, oh, that's a fan drawing. Like, bullshit.
Yeah, that's too
drawing.
That's too spot on to be. People, you guys need to look at this. It looks spot on. It looks perfect. It has to be right. It has to be. I wish I had some of my old tighty whities from when I was a young lad, because that's all I ever had was Fruit of the Loom. I don't do Fruit of the Loom anymore. But I'm positive that there was a cornucopia. It just does not look right without one.
And I saw a video, I think yesterday, of a guy who's like, I have hundreds of old Fruit of the Loom white t-shirts in my garage that I use for whatever reason. And he was like pulling them all out and looking at them, and he found one that had the cornucopia on it.
Well, there you go.
And it's like, why the fuck would they? I just like, I get it. The reasoning makes sense, but like corporate gaslighting, like that is not where I expected the Mandela effect to be from. Not at all.
Wow.
You know, as it's fun to be like, alternate realities and bleeding timelines and things like that. Suddenly you're just like, no, it's the government fucking lying to you just to see what they can get away with. Like, okay.
It's like, what? There's gonna be a documentary about this in about 15 years.
There's a fucking movie about the Mandela effect, and you should watch it.
Oh, is there a movie?
It's really short, but it is a fucking ride, man.
Does
is
it talk about
something.
this?
It talks about no, not Fruit of the Loom,
Oh, okay.
but it does that's a relatively new one.
Okay.
But it does talk about the Monopoly Man. Talks about Star Wars ones. Talks about tons of them.
Okay. See, this is one that I feel like, it'll be like some government documentary. And it'll be like, well, how did this all start? Right here. Fruit of the Loom. There's going to be some old professor, some 90-year-old guy. He's like, yep, back in 2019, Fruit of the Loom decided they wanted to fuck with people. So they told people that there was no cornucopia, and there was, and then people didn't believe it, and they did, and then this is how we knew we could start fucking with everybody.
Now, for me, the Mandela effect goes a little bit. It goes a little bit deeper. If you are a believer of the bleeding timelines theory, which I tend to believe in, then you can subscribe to the idea of how it began. And a lot of people say, oh, I started noticing, differences in a lot of things in 2012. Well, why? What happened in 2012? What was supposed to happen in 2012 that didn't happen in 2012?
That's the Mayan calendar, right? The
Mayan
end of
calendar.
the world.
Correct. Yeah. I can remember going to work that day, December 21st, 2012. I went to work and I left work. And it was overnight. You know what I mean? Nothing happened. I woke up the next day. Everything was fine. Yeah. But people were starting to think, oh, that was the beginning. The world actually did end in 2012. And when we all went to bed, we woke up on a different Earth. But like, okay, well, I worked overnight. So what happens there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're stuck. You're stuck in a parallel universe right now.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or perpendicular, maybe it'll be.
A perpendicular universe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I can subscribe to that theory because, and I don't know if it's on here, but there are lots of other things that you're just like, well, how the fuck is that way? Like Ellis Island. That one fucks with me so bad.
Ellis Island. Is that on here? I wonder.
I don't know if it's on here or not, but the Ellis Island one and the Statue of Liberty one, like, what the fuck?
Oh, I don't think I know any of these ones. We'll have to put a pin in this one. You might have to. We'll see if it's on here, and then if not, then we'll have to talk about it because I don't think I know either one of those.
All right, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
All right, well, he'll hit 16 will be a fast one because I'm a lover of Cheez-Its, and there's never been a Z at the end. They're saying that some of these we swear they used to add an extra Z at the end. No, it's always been just Cheez-It. That doesn't even look right.
Whatever happened to Cheese Nips? Are they still a thing?
Yeah, they're the competitor of Cheez-Its.
I haven't seen them in a long time. People still buy them?
Yeah, I think I just saw them. No, I just got some not too long ago at Dollar General.
Huh.
Yeah, because I don't think they had any of the Cheez-Its that I like, so I decided to go for the nip.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's sometimes what you got to do. You just got to go for the nip.
Go for the nips. All right.
Go for the nips. But yeah, this one, like I said, I'm a huge lover of Cheez-Its. And even though you call them Cheez-Its, I've never seen the Z at the end.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the next one, this is a different one too. So I got an addition on this one. Double stuff versus double stuff with just one F. Okay, so
that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen. I mean, the one on the right is correct.
Yeah, where it's just one F.
One F. But I also thought that there was a T there, double stuffed.
Oh. I just thought it was double stuffed with two Fs. With one F, it looks like it's stoof. Looks like it's German.
Double stoof Oreo.
It's double stoof Oreos. Huh, one F just does not look. And I wonder if you're thinking of T because of Stay Puffed marshmallows.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. That's wild. Chalk this one down for another one that I thought the left was right. Or the left was correct.
I thought the left was right.
Yeah.
Number 18, I don't really give a fuck about this one, but Mona Lisa's smile.
Yeah.
There are a lot of theories about this one. Many people believe to have claimed she used to have a more obvious smile.
No.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah.
They literally
Yeah.
they don't look any different.
And have you seen, like, I just didn't realize how small this painting actually was until I started. There's all these protesters now going out and throwing soup at her and all that. Not at her, but at the painting. Like, this painting is, like, really, like, not big at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but it seems like it's very anticlimactic to me, the whole Mona Lisa thing. I don't get it. I don't get what the popularity is of her.
I don't either.
Yeah. She looks like she's got a real attitude. I don't think I'd have liked her.
Why do all women back in the day look so much different than women now?
That's what I'd like to know. I always thought that too. Like it just seems like they all looked exactly the same. Just very,
like,
I don't
monochromatic. Know. Like,
yeah.
I don't think
it was.
man.
I think it was the artist. I think the artist fucked with some of these women. Like, even though they were hot, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna knock her down a peg. You know, or if she's like hideously ugly, I'm gonna, you know, make her feel good about herself. Maybe try to get some. I'll make her look a little hotter than what she actually is. But they all do. They look exactly the same.
It's weird.
It is.
They all. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of pisses me off. That. Yeah.
All right, here's one for you, Mitch.
Hey, yeah.
He has a silver leg. Even the biggest Star Wars fans and Halloween costume sites get it wrong. The robot isn't all gold. He has one silver piece on his right leg.
Yep, I always noticed that. And being as huge of a Star Wars nerd as I am, I have no idea why it was silver. I don't remember hearing anything. I just remember it being silver, but not knowing why.
It looks wrong, but...
It does look wrong, but it is correct. Yep.
I feel like... Yeah, you know what? I bet you this is all because of the toys probably got it wrong.
I think so.
Star Wars is more, evolved more because of it, the toy line.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably why.
Yeah. Well, look at everyone just assumes that Luke Skywalker was a blonde. Because,
true.
In the original, like his first toys, he is like bleach blonde. And he's not even close to being a blonde. So yeah, I think the toys really messed with people. Well, then even you got to remember back in the original trilogy times, you didn't get to watch Star Wars as much as you wanted, because VCRs and it wasn't on TV hardly at all. You couldn't just watch it whenever you wanted to. You'd have to go, sometimes years without seeing, one of these movies. Because like I said, back in the day, VCRs were really freaking expensive. I think they were damn near $1,000, I believe, when they first came out. So if it wasn't on network TV, you weren't gonna watch it for a long ass time. So you get that in your head that, by playing with the toys, this is what they look like. This is what they're gonna be. And then when you watch the movie, then it completely different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's a horrible time.
This next one fucks with me a little bit, but
yeah.
So the one on the right is correct.
No.
Yeah.
No, the one on the left at the Flints. That's too many T's with Flintstones. Flintostones.
Look it up on the Google machine. I'm looking at it right now. There's 2 T's.
Wow.
I don't know. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah. So Flintstones. Yeah. Flint.
I mean, it makes sense. Flint is a thing.
But when it's going back to the marketing thing. Like marketing, sometimes you mess with spelling. But this one, like I said, the right looks wrong. There's too many T's. Flint. It looks like it's just, Flintostones.
Flintstones.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. They need to just go to the one on the left that's wrong, where it's just 1 T. Flintstones.
That's what makes sense to me, and I don't know, maybe it's because of the theme song. Flintstones. Like if it was Flintstone. Like
Yeah.
I don't know,
Meet the
man.
Flintostones.
I love the Flintstones, though.
I did like them. I did, yeah. I liked them more than the Jetsons. I did not like the Jetsons at all.
Have you heard of the weird theory of the Flintstones and the Jetsons?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a weird one. It's a little out there, but some people believe that they take place in the same timeline.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that the Jetsons are actually just in the sky, and the world below is just this weird dystopian dinosaur-ridden land that is back to the Stone Age, and that it's all in the future. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can go along with that for a little bit. I'll
tell you what, though, man. John Goodman, he is the fucking pinnacle. That is the best casting in the world.
Yes, it's been a long time since I watched that movie, but yeah, from what I remembered, he did a fantastic Fred Flintstone.
Like, and Rick Moranis, you know what I mean? Both of them.
Oh, that's right. Rick Moranis was Barney, wasn't he?
Fucking perfect, bro. Like, it was literally the best, like, casting I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Maybe not so much for Rosie O'Donnell and whatever the hell that other chick's name is. Who
wasn't that oh shit, was it Elizabeth Perkins or Kelly Preston?
Elizabeth Perkins.
Okay. Yeah, could have found somebody. I mean, she's not ugly by any means, but yeah, the Rosie O'Donnell, yeesh. Rosie's funny, but she's not
she didn't age well.
She's no Betty Rubble.
But yeah, great casting on that.
See.
What's the next one?
Yeah, this one I don't understand this one at all. Chartreuse.
I always thought chartreuse was green.
I had no idea what chartreuse was. So it says, do you recall someone telling you that chartreuse is a magenta pink color? So many others agree with you, but in reality, it's a shade of green.
On this one, it's the one on the left that's right.
Yeah. So I wonder why they threw us for a loop. They usually put the right one on the right.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely knew that chartreuse was a green shade.
Yeah. Nope. I got
never heard of it being called magenta. And that's because I used to watch Blue's Clues. They had a character named Magenta, and they talked about chartreuse on that show. That's how I learned what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues taught you something.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Blue's Clues taught me a lot of things.
Well, that's good.
I remember that Uranus spins on its side all because of Blue's Clues.
Don't you be talking about my anus. You don't know what my anus does. Oh, you mean the planet.
Planet.
Oh, okay. What'd you say it does? It spins on its side.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Huh. Wow. Maybe one day they'll find the rings around Uranus.
Maybe.
All
I know is that I don't remember the whole song. Something like, I don't remember. All I know is that he goes, Saturn's got those icy rings and Uranus spins on its side. Like, that's all I remember from it.
Oh, wow.
Stuck in my head forever.
Yeah, that's good. See, now this next one, I don't agree with this one. So it talks about Forrest Gump and his quote about life is like a box of chocolates. But if we listen closely, he says life was like a box of chocolates. No, because if it was, because he says, my mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. He said, you never know what you're going to get. But if it was, if he said was a box of chocolates, wouldn't it be followed by you would have never known? It shouldn't have stayed in past tense. If life is like a box of chocolates, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. If life was a box of chocolates, that you would have never known what you have ever gotten or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The tense is important.
Yeah.
But
now we know Forrest
Gump had autism or something.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. It's not like he's really, his pronouncing was all that great.
Dude,
One of my
I just
favorite scenes is when he meets up with Jenny after and they're watching little Forrest play in the playground. And she says, "I'm sick, Forrest." And he's like, "Do you have cough due to cold?" That is like one of the funniest parts. I don't know why I still think it's so funny. Cough due to cold.
that is fucking weird, man.
It just kills me. Oh, like that part and the part when he's grabbing her boob and he ends up well, I don't know, releasing his self, and then there's like the look on his face. Those are the two funniest parts of that movie. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
So none of that resonates with me, but maybe I should rewatch it.
You should.
So I just asked ChatGPT to. One of my favorite things to do is to take quotes because I've been wanting to do this. You know how it work? This quote is on that board over by the lab.
Oh yeah.
So I thought recently how funny it would be because I know that they're getting ready to have people come in to Danone and like tour or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think that's today, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Damn.
I think.
Well, one of my favorite things to do is to have ChatGPT translate things into like old English. So I just took this quote and I got this idea the other day. I'm like, I'm gonna translate "Life is like a box of chocolates" into old English, but goddamn, I wish I would have done it because this is hilarious.
I can't wait.
Life was like a box of chocolates in old English translates to in the days of yore, life resembled a chest of sweet meats.
Ew. Ew. Sweet meat. The days of yore. We've mentioned that a couple times, I think. That's a great saying.
These so-called ancient times.
The days of yore.
Life resembled the chest of sweet meats.
Oh my God. Well, with Valentine's Day coming up, maybe I will go out and buy myself or buy my wife a chest of sweet meats.
God, man, I love it so much. It's so funny.
Chest of sweet meats. That's That sounds gross. Oh. Oh.
Sweet meats. That's
sweet meat. A chest of sweet meats. But I think its life is like a because it says if you listen closely. Well, that's subjective. If you listen closely to a lot of things, you think somebody says something that's not right.
But now here's the thing. I can't even tell you. All right, so when I became a father, all right, my ex-wife was more or less responsible for this, but her constant wanting me to turn the volume down and keep the volume down on the TV had led me into loving subtitles.
Yes.
Coupled that with a short stint with anime that I had, in wanting to keep watching. Like I wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z when it was coming out. I didn't want to wait until it was dubbed. Right. So I learned to watch it with subtitles.
Okay.
So now I'm just like a huge lover of subtitles. I watch everything with subtitles, even old shit. And I get mad whenever subtitles aren't available. I'll watch a new movie and they won't have subtitles. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I can't even tell you how many times I've watched things and like, I'm like, I never even knew he fucking said that there.
That's true. That is a good point.
So this might be the result of that.
Yes.
If I had to debunk it or try to debunk it, that's probably what it was. Someone watching it going, I thought he said is.
Yeah. Nah, I'm almost positive he says life is light.
But it also could be wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if something is like, dude, Blink-182 just came out that brand new album in October, right? Brand new. It was the biggest fucking thing ever for fans of that band. It was this giant marketing campaign, all this crazy shit. And you open up the lyric book and the lyrics are way fucking wrong.
That's right. I remembered you talking about that.
They're like so fucking wrong. And I'm like, how? How is that even possible? that like nobody got involved that deep to be like, these lyrics are wrong. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. So, there's a translation, miscommunication with things. So that could be it. Like,
Yeah. Okay, here.
Life was life.
Oh, shit. Fucking hell. I think he does say was.
life was life. It was
I'm going to rewind it again. Here we go.
Said life was life.
Fuck it. Goddamn son of a bitch.
Oops.
All right. So, hey, we were debunked immediately.
There you go.
I'm going to blame it on, I'll blame it on the same thing. I always had the volume down too low. I didn't have subtitles. So there we go. So I can fully admit when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong. He clearly says it.
But that's not the point. That's not why we're here.
That is true. That is true.
The reason we're here is because it used to be life is like a box of chocolates. It's not a matter of mishearing it.
It's true. But it's still one of those, knowing that I was so against that to being wrong, it's still a little upsetting.
This is like the next one in the slide is mirror mirror on the wall.
Yeah. Oh.
How could that many people get this wrong?
Yeah.
That's my problem with the Mandela effect and people who say like, oh, it's just you misremembering. Like, me and a million other people, 2 million, 3 million. Even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at least half of them think it is this. Like, how is that even possible that we all just misheard it?
Right.
And especially it not being mirror mirror on the wall. It's magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall. That is wild. But see, and I think it goes back to, it's just ingrained in your head when you first watch it, and then that's just what you hear. You hear what you think you're hearing what you want to hear, not what it's really being heard. So you're going through your early years, not being able to watch it 10 times a day. So you're like, okay, this is what they say. Like this, like when we even go to this next one, so this will be 3 movie ones in a row when you're so sure that that's what was said and there's been nobody else that has talked about it. So you just assume that's what is said. Like this mirror mirror. Yeah, I would have, if you would have told me what they said, I would have absolutely said mirror mirror, not magic mirror. But then again, it's been, I don't know, 30 years since I've watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So I just go by what. Yeah, that's what makes it so crazy.
Here's the thing, though. I've never seen that movie, and I knew it was Mirror Mirror on the Wall.
Yeah.
I've never watched that movie.
Yeah. But it's because you've never, but have you actually ever really watched that clip?
I don't know, but here's the problem, and I have the same
other
problem
people
with the
talk
next
about
one,
it.
too. It's not, I've seen Star Wars, you know what I mean? I've seen Shrek. I've seen Tommy Boy. I've seen all these things. And in Shrek, they say mirror, mirror on the wall. And in Tommy Boy, he says, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
You're telling me that all those people were like, no, we're going to say the wrong one in this movie.
Yeah.
This is a blatant, that's fucked up. I don't think that's right.
Yeah. And I was one of the very few that did not like that in Tommy Boy, because when he said, Luke, I am your father, I'm like, no, that's not what he says. And anytime anyone ever says, Luke, I am your father, that pisses me off, because it's like, no, this was probably the only movie quote that I, for my whole life, has known that it's no, I am your father, not Luke, I am your father. And
so I always thought that Darth Vader said, no, Luke, I am your father. Not like blatantly, Luke, I am your father. Like, I never thought it was that. But when I watched it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought he said that, like, to humanize him. But I guess not.
Yeah, and that's because just what happens is you hear, one person says it in something pop culture or anything, and then it just collects steam, and then nobody really pays attention But yeah, this is one of those. Like I said, I swear this is probably the only movie quote that I know nobody says right, and it irks me to no end when they're like, "Luke, I am your father." It's like, no, listen to the fucking movie.
Well, the next two are also from movies. The next one I don't really care about, it's, Lord of the Rings, but it says, instead of saying "run, you fools," Gandalf says "fly, you fools." So I've never heard anybody quote that one.
No,
but the next one really fucked with me. Because you're telling me that "Hello, Clarice" isn't uttered in that movie, and he just says "good morning"? Fucking what? Yeah,
that is. Yeah, I would have thought he said "hello, Clarice" in it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've watched Silence of the Lambs. But see, like, when I think of "Hello, Clarice," I think of, what was that? The Jim Carrey movie, Cable Guy. He does a skit like this, and he's got like turkey skin on his face, and he's like, "Hello, Clarice." It's very funny. Cable Guy is a very underrated movie.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I love Cable Guy.
Maybe that's why it's so fucking misheard. I don't get it.
I think that's what this is, because this is like shit like in the mid 90s when, there were no streaming services. If you wanted to watch a movie even in the 90s, you were still on that VCR kick. DVDs were just coming around, and there wasn't as much exposure to a lot of these movies as there is now, where you can't just keep going back and watching. That didn't seem to happen back then as it does now. So this movie will happen, then like another movie will pop up, and then we'll say something like that, and then it just collects steam from there. And then you just assume that that's what's said, because everyone's what do they call it? Prisoner of the moment. So you hear this thing from a movie that was before the actual movie. So it's like, well, I just heard it on here, so I'm going to go with that. I don't know. I'm rambling. I might be wrong, but I
don't necessarily think you're wrong, because I have told you recently that I have learned, a million things, a million references that I never knew what were before, were all taken care of, or all brought back to light because I watched Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean? Like, I watched Pulp Fiction, and I'm like, oh, now I understand 90% of those references that I missed out on before, because I never watched that shit. Like,
yep. Like, okay, so even like when you watch Seinfeld, especially like the last, it seems like 3 or 4 seasons, there's so many references. Like, when I watched it, I didn't understand any of the references that they were doing, but almost every episode had a reference of an older movie. Where now when you're watching, it's like, oh, okay, I get that. Or you'll see an article saying, well, here's all the references that Seinfeld did to these movies. And it's like, well, son of a bitch, I just assumed some of this stuff was, they're just brilliant. These are just funny, and turned out, no, they're all old movie references. Yeah. It's some wild stuff, man. Like, this "Hello, Clarice," I thought for sure Hopkins would have said something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead he just says "good morning." Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Like, does he even? Wild. I'm sure he calls her Clarice at some point.
I would assume so, but you never know.
Yeah.
So the next one here, moving on to the out of the movie category, this one, I can remember this one really fucking with me. Like, when I first heard of it, me and my friend Josh, I was delivering for Domino's at the time, and we had the song on, and it didn't say "of the world" at the end of "where we are the champions." And I thought, what the fuck?
What?
It doesn't.
So he never says "of the world." He always says "we are the champions."
If you listen to the end of the song, go ahead and put it on if you want to. It is uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
Because the song just ends. It goes, "We are the champions." And then it just ends. And it literally makes me so uneasy, not like hearing that pause and him go, "of the world."
So I'm going to go all the way to the very end. Luckily, I have this phone on my music. Hopefully everyone can hear this. I'm putting it right to my speaker.
Kinda.
Say it. Say it. Fucking say it. He doesn't say it.
No.
What the hell? Wow. Now, does he say it? I wonder if he says it during their Live Aid concert.
He definitely says it live.
Okay, so that's what people go by, but that's still weird. I would have thought that he would have said it in the studio version. Huh.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's so
it just
weird.
lands and you're just like,
It's like you're the
Okay.
champions of what? You're champions of what? Say it. Like, say something.
no
That's
time
weird.
for losing, 'cause
Wow.
we are the champions. All right, let's go on to the next song.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Rogers' theme song. So you might start singing the lyric, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," yes? Especially with the upcoming Tom Hanks film. Obviously, this article's a couple years old, but even movie makers got it wrong. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. So it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, not the neighborhood. Huh.
I mean, I feel like that one's just like whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of nitpicky, but it's one word, but still, we've been singing it wrong for umpteen years.
Yeah, dude. Wait till you see this next one. You remember recently when I said this in the break room and you were like, "You're fucking crazy. Why do you think that?" You and Krista both came at me like guns blazing.
Yeah. Oh, the states. Yeah. Well, who the hell thinks there's 51 or 52 states?
I recall learning 51. I don't know, man. I must be part of the, the.
Yeah. I've never for a single day ever thought there was more than 50. I know, was it Puerto Rico is a, not a territory. What the hell are they? U.S. No. Is that what they're called? They're not like Puerto Rico's not officially a state. But it's something. I don't remember what. And DC's, I know they want Washington, D.C. to become a state, I think. But no, it's always been 50.
That's weird.
Education
I just remember
system.
learning about that Adam Sandler movie, 51st States. I was like, oh, that's cool because it's Hawaii's the 51st state, but apparently I'm wrong.
That just sounds so stupid. I'm sorry. It's just yeah. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a total dweeb, but I was very, very good with my states. Maybe that's why. Like I was like back in what was I 6th grade. Oh, I could do every state. I knew the capital of every state. Bam, no problem. So I knew the 50 states and the 50 capitals. I remember I got a video game. My mom bought me a Nintendo game because I got that right. I got all 50 states right. I got all 50 capitals correct. You know what game I got?
What?
Double Dribble. It was a basketball game.
Double Dribble.
Yeah, Double Dribble.
Nice.
It's a fantastic game. At the time, it was fantastic. So
I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's very cheap. It was, like I said, it's just a regular Nintendo game. There's a Family Guy reference. Peter, who's he play? I think Peter plays Cleveland in a game of Double Dribble, and there was a glitch that you would do. It was called a corner three, and Peter does it all the time. And it was if you would jump a certain way at a certain spot, it would be at the corner of the court. You always made it. You never ever missed. Yeah. So Peter's just like corner three, and Cleveland's like, "Come on, man, you know that's a glitch." And he's like, "All right, I won't do it anymore. Corner three." He just, and then Joe's like, "You gotta find a way to stop it, Cleveland." And he's like, "I can't." It's a good reference. I highly recommend hopping on the YouTube and watching that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Will do.
Oh, Here it is.
The classic.
This is one. I think this was like me and you's very first, I wouldn't say argument, but I think this was our very first spirited debate, maybe we would call it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. Because you were very new to the filler whenever you came up with this. I feel pretty sure about this, or I could be wrong.
So you go ahead, take it away.
Okay. So it is number 30. Sinbad never played a genie, which is absolute bullshit because he fucking did. So the article says, or the snippet says, this one is perhaps the most bizarre of all. Several people can attest that they distinctly remember seeing the comedian in a movie called Shazam. Many argue they're confusing the memory with the movie Kazam, starring Shaquille O'Neal as a genie. But who really knows? I know there was a movie called Shazam, and it had fucking Sinbad in it, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
Have you ever seen Kazam?
I don't believe I ever did, no.
So what you should do is watch Kazam and see if it lines up with what you remember from Shazam.
No, I don't want to. I'm living, this is the world that I'm living in, is there was a Shazam with Sinbad. And I loved, my God, did I love Sinbad in the 90s. He had his comedy specials were just ridiculously funny. He had a TV, I can't remember what the hell his TV show was. It might have just been called The Sinbad Show. But he had a sitcom that was hilarious. I loved everything about Sinbad. And I know he was in a movie where he was a genie. And
you could be right. You could be wrong.
And in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Sweet meats.
Yeah, as I was eating a chest of sweetmeats, I was watching Shazam with an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Refer to your Facebook Messenger, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay. Shazam trailer. No, wait. No, this is like a concoction of different. No, I'm not doing this. I'm done. No, that's.
What do you mean?
No, that's Shaquille. They show one picture of.
That's the wrong one.
No.
Hold on.
Yeah, because that's like 3 different movies in one.
All right, I got it. Here. This is the one I meant to send you.
Because I feel like it had, what was his name from Home Improvement? Jonathan Taylor Thomas was in it. Or it was a kid that looked like him. What the hell's that name called? Oh, it said Film Flickers.
Film fuckers.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, why does it say Film Fuckers? See, I don't. See, these kids don't look. Like I said, I felt positive that it had. Like I said,
Jonathan
the kid
Taylor
from
Thomas?
the kid from Home Improvement was in it.
Who's in Kazam? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
A bunch of dinkuses. That's who's in it. Shaquille and a. Yeah, see, this one doesn't even look right. No. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's just really weird.
The film fuckers.
The good old film fuckers. All right, so we'll move on to the next one, even though I'm hoping that everybody listening agrees with me that there was, especially kids of the 90s, like early 90s. I felt like it was like I said, right around high school that we were in. So I guess we weren't kids. I guess we were starting to grow up, but because really Sinbad didn't really start getting popular till I think the early 90s. I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought for sure he had a movie.
I mean, he could have. I don't know. Hard to say.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Smokey Bear. Yep, that's his name. Contrary to popular belief, it is not Smokey the Bear.
I think it was Smokey the Bear. I think I always called him Smokey the Bear. Huh.
I mean, who that come on.
Smokey Bear. Is there well no, there's Yogi Bear. Isn't there? But see, okay, this is another old reference. There was a movie in the 80s called Smokey and the Bandit. So maybe with me personally, I was adding the because of Smokey and the Bandit. I'm going Smokey the Bear. I don't know.
I mean, there's also Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
or Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I don't
That's a
either.
weird one. Who cares?
That is. I'm okay with either one.
This
Smokey
next
the
one is a
Bear.
video. I'm not even watching it. I don't
Oh,
care.
it's the yeah. We'll skip over this one. This one's a little too serious. We'll just skip over it.
Okay, number 33, Neil Armstrong's death.
Oh.
This is oddly enough, people had no recollection of the aeronautic legend's death. Many fans apparently forgot or didn't notice the news of his passing in August of 2012. I didn't know he died either.
I feel like I remember it, but it doesn't. I feel like they probably didn't make a big a deal as they should have when he died. Ooh, jeez. I guess I have a Windows backup that just decided to scare the everlasting bejesus out of me. So
We already discussed a couple weeks ago, you have no more bejesus.
that's true. Well, apparently I had one left for that. Yeah, I don't really remember. I feel like I remember it, but like I said, it's another. 2012. They should have made a pretty big deal, except for the people that don't believe that they actually landed on the moon, which those people can fuck off. Well, they can't fuck off, but I mean,
hey man,
you never know. You
there's
never.
substantial evidence on both courts.
Okay, so I'll even say I'll plead ignorance to the other side. I've anytime that somebody tries to debunk, the whole landing on the moon, then I just don't even listen. Yeah, so there might be.
I'm not of either camp, but there is an unrackable amount of evidence on both fucking ends that means that it was fake or real. And it's like, I don't know who to believe. Stanley Kubrick himself said, I filmed that shit, and then he died. You know what I mean? Like,
well, look at Stanley Kubrick. Look at the shit that he made. That guy was weird.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that he's not weird. I'm just saying that he came right out.
But he could be right,
though.
though.
The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's like, it was all done in the studio.
Yeah.
I filmed the entire thing. So,
Yeah.
and then he died, and nobody could question him. So
I feel like I think he was holding that back for years, being like, all right, I'm going to fuck with everybody. I'm going to wait till I'm almost dead, and I'm going to be like, hey, guess what? I filmed that. Peace out. I'm dead.
I don't know. Buzz Aldrin says some pretty weird shit.
Buzz Aldrin's a nut job too.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Like, he won't even swear on the Bible that he was there. He won't.
Yeah. But he did. Didn't he punch some guy out when he was trying to tell him that he wasn't there, and he knocked a guy out or took a swing at somebody, I feel.
Yeah.
So,
The only thing that bothers me about the moon landing thing, the only thing that bothers me about it is the fact that they're like, yeah, well, we can't go back because we lost the technology.
How do you lose technology from something from the 60s?
Right? That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't have it anymore. And I'm like,
well, I guess
what?
But then with there being other people that have landed there too, that kind of makes, but I guess they could all be in on it too. Because what they saying, there's a total of what, six people have been on the moon? Is it 6 or 7, I think?
They just went like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Somebody else, another country went.
But are they on the moon? Like, do they walk on the moon?
I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's what I think. I think there's only, but yeah, that part is okay. So that part is odd that there has nobody that has been walked on the moon since 1970 or whatever. Because Armstrong was 69, and I feel like there was another Apollo that they landed, like a couple years after, maybe.
But For them to just be like, yeah, we lost it. Like, we taped over
Yeah.
it. Like, we don't know what
Yeah.
happened to it.
Like,
Like, how?
it's like
That's important.
the book was right here. It was just here a week ago. I don't know where it went. That.
And then part of the iPhone, whenever the iPhone came out, the marketing campaign was like, they're like, oh, well, this has more processing power than what they had on the Apollo 11. Okay.
Real. Well, then, yeah. So now you can't go back on that then.
That's what I'm saying. And then there's countless videos of them just being like, well, the reason we never went back is because we just don't have the technology. We just lost it.
Yeah.
We lost it all. It's fucking 2023.
Yeah.
How have you lost the technology that you had in the 60s?
Yeah, that's a flimsy. There's a picture I remember seeing. I think it was on one of the Twitter pages when I used to have Twitter. It was a picture of a woman standing next to a big book. It was bigger than a book. It was like the I don't know what you call it, the play sheet of of the Apollo space shuttles. Yeah, and the thing was like 5 feet tall. It was like taller than her. So okay, yeah. So there, oh boy, I might have to. I might. You know, I just might. I might not be so.
Mitch might.
I might. Yeah. Name of the episode. Mitch says I might. Mitch might.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, substantial evidence on both parties, but like, how do you just like? It just sounds like bullshit to me.
That is bullshit. Like, I never knew that was their excuse. Was it?
Yeah, and it just sounds like such bullshit. Like why haven't we gone back? You know. we forgot how.
Yeah. Like, do you know how to? No. Do you know?
Lunch? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And that's why, like, my buddy Eric, bless his heart, you know, he might be crazy, and say I'm serious. He is a wild dude. And he says some wild shit, but like, I'll say something, you know, about like let's say we're talking about space, and he'll go, "Where'd you learn that? NASA."
Oh my god.
He says it all the time. Or, you know, but then he'll also say something like, "Oh, where'd you learn that? Google?" Like, yeah, where people learn shit.
Yeah.
And and then he says something to me one time. He goes, "I bet you don't even know how to grow an apple tree." And I'm like, "All right, we're done with this conversation."
What the hell? Oh.
But yeah, he said that to me before. Like, hey, where'd you learn that? NASA? Like, like they're full of shit. So. Yeah. Like I said, I have a 16-minute conversation of him on my phone, of him just not answering my question, and it is about flat Earth, but like he just goes crazy about NASA and yada yada yada, and now they're all liars and blah 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 blah. Now it's the greatest lie ever told is outer space, like.
Oh yeah,
and it's a hard one. It's a hard one to not believe, but it's also a hard one to believe because we've all been told this.
Yeah,
right along.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, who do you believe?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're seeing it for yourself, it's hard to do. But in the same vein, why does it matter?
Yeah. Yeah, it has no bearing on my life whatsoever, whether they did it or not do it. It's just one of those, it's like, okay, well, apparently I was lied to as a kid. All right, time to move on. What's for supper?
Yeah.
You know?
I guess we forgot to add that into the lies our parents told us episode, but like,
space. Really, space, the moon landing, flat Earth, they lied to us.
But like, that's just it. I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and you know what? If there's enough evidence that comes out that says that it wasn't that it never happened, and I'm like, all right, cool.
The thing is that, a big one is the fact that like Nixon talked to them like on the phone.
Yeah.
And like, we can't get like the signal in certain, like, I don't get a signal in the filler room. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Nixon's like, I'm just gonna call Neil Armstrong right now. We're gonna talk to him live on the moon.
Yeah. that is a little. I do agree. That is a little. That is very, very suspicious there.
And then another one that people were like, yeah, we saw the footage of them taking off from the moon. Be like, really?
Who's filming
footage? Who's filming the footage?
Yeah. Some poor guy's still up there. I forgot all about him. It's like, hey, you fuckers, I got a great shot. Come back down and get me.
And they're like, well, it looks CGI. I'd be like, yeah, it's because it is CGI. Like, that specific scene was CGI. It was all part of the entertainment package that came with the moon landing to make people either A, see what it was like, or B, believe it.
Mm.
And I'm of no particular camp. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I've not seen the moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can somebody say, hey, I have my... Can somebody point their telescope at the moon and say, there's the flag?
Yeah.
Not moving. There's footprints still there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a slippery... Is it a slippery slope or what is it? It could be a slippery slope.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rabbit hole to dive down, for sure.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've seen substantial evidence from both parties that, you know, people from NASA that are like, that's fucking ridiculous. Of course we went to the moon. Can we go back? No, we can't. We have not figured that one out.
I just learned not too long ago that NASA was basically founded by fucking Nazis.
True. And you want to know what else is fucking crazy?
What's that?
NASA used to explore the ocean.
Really?
Exclusively.
Huh.
They had nothing to do with space or aeronautics. They were all nautical, 100%. And this is the conspiracy theory, is that somehow one day they've discovered something and they were like, we need to get the fuck off this planet.
No shit.
So then they took a 180 and they were like, we're going to fucking look at space and figure out how to get out of here, because something that they discovered was so substantial and so utterly fucking terrifying that they're like, we need to get out of here because we don't have enough time.
Huh. Godzilla?
Who knows?
Huh.
And
I like Godzilla.
I like to believe that.
Yeah.
Because the ocean is so undiscovered.
Oh yeah. What they say isn't only like a fraction, like a 5% of the ocean has ever been touched or something like that. It's some ridiculously low number. I feel like I've heard that has been undiscovered by humans.
Yeah, 5%.
Okay, that's
5 out of 100. Means 95% of the ocean is unknown.
Yeah. They know where the Titanic is, though.
Fucking nuts, dude.
That is. How nuts is it?
Dude, that is tungsten carbide,
that is,
hazelnut.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Because that is a lot of goddamn water.
So, yeah, 95%. That's, dude.
That's wild. That is a wild amount. Like, that just doesn't seem real. But it is. I mean, what is 75% of the world is water. So I guess that's true. But still, after all these years, there's still so much.
And that's because it's not traversable. Like,
ooh, I don't know about that. Is it?
It's not, because why wouldn't they go there? If it was, why wouldn't they figure it out?
Yeah. Now you just threw me for a loop with the non-traversable.
Oh.
Yeah. It was another big word you threw at me.
So it says, despite covering 71% of the planet, only 5% of the ocean has been explored. Less than 10% of the ocean has been mapped.
Mapped? Good Lord.
Progress is being made. Each year, humans learn more about the ocean and what lives within it. New features, new creatures are discovered, as well as clues to the past and resources. Like that, dude, that's so much.
That is.
And I mean, there's a whole other podcast laying in here, about a whole other episode worth of content just talking about that. And flat Earth and beyond the ice wall and all that shit, because there's a lot of stuff that I learned that I don't have an outlet for. But
yeah, well, let's do it sometime. Let's put it. We'll pin the hell out of this.
All right,
because you'll teach me a lot of stuff. Because I'll be honest, I don't really look into any of that stuff. As soon as I hear like even remotely the word conspiracy, I'm already out. I'm very, I'll say somewhat ignorant as in just oblivious, ignorant, narrow-minded-ish. I would
Okay.
say.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand that. No,
You
like
know.
I said, I don't subscribe to any idea in particular, but I do
Yeah.
think
It.
that there is some weird shit going on
Yeah.
that are and the fact that some people are starting to like kind of wake up to the fact that there is weird shit going on
Yeah.
and discovering more stuff, and it's just like, okay, you know, like
Yeah.
maybe it's easier to subscribe to crazy crackpot theories that would have once been dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that I will ever wholeheartedly be like, yeah, but it's part of like me conditioning myself, so whenever some crazy shit does come out, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not that weird. I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
Like the whole alien thing. Up until what 2 years ago, everyone was nuts for saying that there were aliens and UFOs and all this other shit. Then, like that, they're like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, yeah, we know about UFOs and we know all about this shit. It came straight from the Pentagon.
Yeah.
If we would have talked about this not even 5 years ago, everyone would be like, no, there's no such thing as UFO. Even I still, because for as long as I've ever remembered, I've always been told there's UFOs don't exist. Aliens don't exist. Oh, what's that in the sky? Oh, it's just people just, making things up. Blah, 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 blah. So even though I've been told, I still have a hard time believing it. I'm still not wrapping my head fully around it.
And you won't until an alien's in front of you being like, yeah, I'm real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It won't ever
Yeah.
set in, and it never, and it probably won't ever be, because it would uproot religion and uproot, so many things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's beside the point. I
Yeah.
get,
We'll definitely do an episode on this. We can definitely do it. Like I said, it'll get me to actually look at shit and read shit and watch stuff.
oh man, it'll
kind of open my
it'll
mind.
probably end up being like a 4-parter, because there's a lot. There's so much involved in that.
Yeah.
And that's like the what you should look at. The first thing you should look at is the world beyond the ice ring. That is some crazy shit.
A world beyond the ice ring.
Ring, whatever.
Okay.
I was looking at it with Sheila the other day, and it is just mind blowing.
Really? What's this? Is this a video? Is it a movie or
no? You can just look it up. You can just look it up on the Google machine.
Oh. I'm gonna get on the World Wide Web right now. I'm gonna get on the interwebs. Jesus Christ, the world beyond.
Yeah.
Ice. Oh my God, ice wall.
Yeah,
world
the ice
beyond.
wall. There you go.
Wall. Okay.
Just some absolutely wild stuff.
Okay, I have it. I have it saved here right next to our thing we're doing now. I will hit that up. So.
And it's like how, you know what I mean? There's a book too about it.
Okay. Well, that'd be low on my books. I still got to get the books that you tell me I need to read. If I'm going to read anything, I'm going to get those first, and then
yeah.
Then I'll do the rim job one, or the ice rim job.
The rim job. All right. Let's finish up here.
Yeah, these next couple are kind of stupid.
Yeah, we don't have to go over them.
Yeah, Billy Graham's death. Billy Graham meant nothing to me. Mother Teresa, I don't know. The Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. What's this one say? Though the tragic accident took place on January 28, 1986, there are a number of people who thought it happened in 84 or 85. What the hell does it matter? I remember I was off school that day. I faked being sick. Just because I didn't want to go to school that day. And I ended up watching it on TV at home.
Huh.
Yeah, because it was all over. It was on all the networks. It was on, because it was the one with the first, she was a school teacher that was on there, and they, were playing that up big time.
Have you heard the theory about how they're still alive?
No, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if it's one of those. I guess I don't believe it, but it's another one of that. See, there we go. I instantly. I'm poo-pooing it, but I'll stay somewhat open to it, because I guess if they never did find their remains or anything,
right?
Where that one. Remember there was that one space shuttle that was coming into Earth, coming into orbit, and it burned up as it was coming in.
Oh yeah, I was around for that one. I forget
Yeah.
what it was called, but yeah.
Was that the oh my God, Discovery or something like that?
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing somebody had pictures of not remains, but it was like of spacesuits and stuff like that. Which I guess it's still there's no remains in it, I don't think. But that one was pretty wild. But this one was really wild when it happened. Because it was just there was so much confusion. You know, at those first. Like, even when it exploded, like, the camera zooms out, and it's just like, wait a minute. Like, and even the broadcasters are like, we're thinking something happened here. It's like, well, obviously.
Yeah, there's a number of people that believe that that they are not dead.
Well, I mean, it was pretty there. I didn't watch the documentary about it on Netflix, but didn't they say that this is where I could believe, you know, this theory is because they knew before the shuttle even took off that there was problems with the shuttle, and they knew they knew that it wasn't gonna make it.
So this thing I just sent you here is like images of their so-called counterparts.
Oh,
that are still around today.
Oh my God! Some of them look oh my God! Oh, the one with the funky eyes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That one, Michael Smith, that looks just like him. The Asian fella.
I mean, you can't argue with those.
Yeah, the only one that doesn't look the same is the school teacher.
Right.
But all these other ones look very... Wow. That is wild shit.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, to our listeners, look that shit up. That's wild. Yeah, these other ones, they're getting kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I don't really want to talk about the Lindbergh baby. Patrick Swayze's health. What's this? So the actor sadly died after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. People have said they remember him recovering. That's ridiculously dumb.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's first Oscar. That's dumb. The location of the Disney World castle.
Yeah, what's
this? You ever been to the Magic Kingdom? Do you recall where the castle was located? Some even one Orlando local on Reddit clearly remember it being at the entrance to the park. No.
Yeah. I've never been to Disney. I have no desire to go to Disney.
It's in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
It's not the entrance.
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb.
It got dumb there towards the end, but boy, there were some doozies in here.
Well, before we leave, I'll leave you with the here. Let me see if I can find it. Mandela effect. Ellis Island. All right, I'm gonna send you this.
Okey-dokey.
Along with me. This one's a doozy.
And this is about Ellis Island, you say?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
All right. So the Statue of Liberty has moved locations. It says the Statue of Liberty is one of, if not the most iconic monument in the United States, and it was first a gift from France to the U.S. and it resides on Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Oh.
Turns out, even though people remember otherwise, the Statue of Liberty is actually located on Liberty Island in New York City. What do you remember? In a tweet that was found from 2019, a user on Twitter shared this unsettling YouTube video of screenshots of pictures people posted to Facebook years before this Mandela effect became apparent to many people, showing people and their families at Ellis Island posing in front of nothing. And in other pictures, just looking at nothing, as if since then the Statue of Liberty disappeared from those photos. What's also odd is how even though one of these photos were taken at Liberty Island, it's tagged at the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. This really seems like proof of another reality where the Statue of Liberty is and always was located on Ellis Island. It says also, according to the other people on YouTube and Twitter, it seems like we, or at least they, are going back and forth from one reality where it's on Liberty Island and a different one where it's on Ellis Island. Because some people claim that not only a couple weeks before they wrote the said comments that the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island. Wow, that's a lot. So yeah, that's basically what we're getting at here.
Yeah. Oh, this picture, these pictures that this dude has down here, where it clearly looks like the base, but there's no Statue of Liberty there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Like, it's so weird.
Wow.
And then there's another one in result to this that people claimed that they have been into the torch.
Oh, okay.
But it's never been open.
Oh. Because what? You can go up into her head, right? You can stand in her head. But some people are saying you could get up in the torch.
Yeah.
And
there are people that claim that they've been there and it's never been open.
Dang. I don't remember. Where did the Ghostbusters end up? They ended up in her head, didn't they? Yeah, and Ghostbusters 2, yeah. We just talked about Ghostbusters 2 not too long ago at work.
Yeah. Huh. Crazy, man.
Yeah. I'd never heard this theory. That is something. Especially those pictures there, where there should clearly be. Yeah, that just looks weird. Huh.
You know, and if you look at this video of the people, you know what I mean? They're posing. What are they posing in front of?
Yeah.
Like they're posing in front of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, basically the skyline of the city.
It's very strange.
Ew.
Even like people in the harbor, you know what I mean? I wish that I could find the footage I had from 2001 when I went to New York City, because I filmed the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, okay.
And I wish, you know what I mean? But I don't have, the video has been scrubbed. I don't know what happened to it.
Uh-oh. Government. That's what happened.
Yeah, my parents thought it would be a great idea to take me to New York City on my birthday in 2001. just a few short months after the 9/11 happened.
Yeah, what are these people posing? Oh, this is weird. It's kind of spooky. I don't like these videos.
It is weird.
They kind of creep me out. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, definitely need to bone up on this some. Wow. Huh. You're blowing my mind, man. You are blowing my mind.
It is some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like, I learned about it from this string of tweets. This man went off on Twitter one time, just like a crazy thing about how the world actually ended in 2012, and it was all about the Statue of Liberty and
son of a bitch. That is weird, wild stuff, man. Huh.
So yeah, interesting.
Very interesting. Very much so. Dang. Well, I'd say we learned a lot today.
Yeah, absolutely. We learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I got you saying absolutely.
We for sure learned a lot, sir. Let's see.
Right on.
Right before we wait, I want to see how much reading there is here. Oh my god, there's kind of a lot. Well, all right. So it's relevant, so I'm going to read through some of it real quick. It just says a conspiracy thread. Did the world end in 2012? The strangest part is I cannot find anything online about it anymore, but like I said, you can find people casually talking about about it or joking about it, but I can't find any in-depth material that I had read before. This actually has been really frustrating for me because I have nothing to refresh my memory while writing this. I have a few things here. This is written by Nick Hinton on Twitter. He says I have
Nick Hinton.
a few things here and there that are helping me piece this puzzle together, but again, I know there used to be so much more out there. I can't even remember the first time I heard this theory, but it has become somewhat of a meme. I did find a video of Max Lawton, the child genius from YouTube, touch on this theory. Now, I know that he's done that before, but I don't think he's the first to talk about it. So, did the world actually end in 2012? Well, it was the year the scientists at CERN finally found the Higgs boson particle. You know, the particle that Stephen Hawking predicted could destroy the universe, or in his own words, cause the universe to undergo a catastrophic vacuum decay. Yeah, that one. Well, what would happen if we destroyed the universe? Would we even know? Maybe CERN accidentally created a black hole that sucked us in without even noticing, and we've just been living in it. Some physicists actually believe that is possible. In the same, I don't know, sometime after, National Geographic said some astrophysicists think that our universe owes its origin to a monster black hole wherein we reside today. There's an old cliche argument that nothing has felt right since 2012. I agree with this. Maybe it has something to do with growing up and getting older, but ever since then, it seems like the world descends more and more into chaos every day, and even time feels faster. There's some sort of calamity happening almost daily. Mass shootings only stay in the headlines for like 12 hours. Did we all die and go to hell? I don't really believe that, but there are some people that do. Maybe we're in a similar situation as the characters in the TV show The Good Place. Which, have you ever watched The Good Place?
I've seen a couple episodes. Pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild show. At the end had a crazy ending.
Oh, did it?
Anyway, it says, like I said before, I think we live in a series of simulations. Perhaps the universe was destroyed by CERN and our collective consciousness was moved to a parallel universe just next door that would be almost identical. In fact, there are people out there who are reporting small differences in this reality, i.e. the Mandela effect. Some people remember Febreze, yada, yada, yada. Some people remember Looney Tunes. J.C. Penney is one that really fucked with me that we didn't go over. And that's just, yeah, J.C. Penney being spelled P-E-N-N-Y instead of P-E-N-N-E-Y.
Yeah, it's E-Y, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't remember it being with the E-Y. I remember just J.C. Penney. It goes on to talk about the Mandela effect. The Mandela effects get much creepier, though. Some people remember the Statue of Liberty being in a totally different location, that being on Ellis Island when it's actually on Liberty Island. There's a painting that clearly depicting the statue at Ellis Island with no other islands nearby. It was just the artist not paying attention, or did he just like it better this way? Really don't know. It's not strange enough. You can go to Google Maps Street View, and there's specific areas on Liberty Island where the Statue of Liberty is just not there. The account uploading these strange pictures goes by the name of August Bartholdi. This is the designer of Lady Liberty herself. The account also sports its unique picture from the 1800s, and he is somehow Google verified. Apparently, right before the United States' entry into World War I, the Germans committed the first act of terrorism on U.S. soil. It was considered one of the largest artificial, non-nuclear explosions to have ever occurred, and I'm wondering why I never heard about this in school. So, it says, so anyways, this explosion is the reason that the Statue of Liberty's torch is closed off to the public. It's been closed for over 100 years. There's only one problem. People remember going there. This lady from March 2012, this is a review from, she's from Irvine, California. And she said, when I visited New York City as a teen, you could actually climb right to the top of the torch, which I did, of course, and look out. It was quite a thrill. It's sad that security has now taken all that kind of thing away. And of course, I remember returning by ship and studying in Germany, seeing the statue. So this lady said she's been there.
Okay.
There's countless, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other reviews that say they were able to go into the torch.
Wow.
And then there's pictures that people took from the torch. Let's see. Then there's these pictures I found taken from the torch, but just look at the user's profile pictures. Creepy. Are they time travelers? So yeah, there's pictures of the torch, or from the torch, and the profile pictures are very strange.
Huh.
And the pictures are even weirder, but that's beside the point. There's also this weirdo Twitter account called @StatueEllisFDN, which makes no mention of Liberty Island at all and sports a creepy banner photo of people walking up stairs that lead to absolutely nothing.
Ew.
And last but not least, there's this video, which he has it's a collection of Facebook photos where people have tagged their location at Statue of Liberty Ellis Island. However, the people are posing in front of and staring at nothing. It's very unsettling.
That's weird.
Yeah. And he says, anyways, a while back there was a viral thread on 4chan by someone who claimed to be one of the 23 scientists at CERN responsible for creating the Mandela effect, and they claimed that the planet was destroyed and we were placed in a simulated world. However, the thing that I thought was the most interesting was that whoever this person was described reality as being like a set of Russian dolls, where there are worlds nestled within another, or like we've talked about, simulations within simulations. The idea of simulations within simulations, or a multiverse, is not something new. It has been a part of Eastern philosophy since the 3rd century. He goes, imagine a multi-dimensional spider web in early morning covered with dewdrops, and every dewdrop contains the reflection of all the other dewdrops, and in each reflected dewdrop are the reflections of all the other dewdrops,
Jesus
and yada, yada,
Christ.
yada, yada.
Lord.
So infinitely. He says, but anyways, besides the Mayans, there were some other people who predicted 2012 would be the end. One of these people was Terence McKenna. He didn't necessarily believe 2012 would be the end, but he predicted that there would be some kind of reality rearranging event. He made this prediction using time wave 0. I don't know, this guy goes on with a bunch of graphs and all sorts of weird shit. But yeah, basically, that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah.
Then it goes on to talk about Stranger Things. It says Stranger Things and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind are actually both loosely based on events of the events of the Montauk Project, what's all happened on Montauk Beach. There's also a theory floating around that we've reached the end of history, and the end of history is a philosophical idea that has been talked about by notable figures, Hegel, Marx, and most recently Francis Fukuyama.
Oh, not Francis. Fucking Francis Fukuyama. That son of a bitch. Let me tell you about Francis. That's two weird names that combine.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. This big, long fucking 14 or 43 tweet long thing that this guy went on one day, and then nobody's heard from him since. So,
well, I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, sounds like he was spiraling into insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot to digest there. That is a lot. I won't poo-poo it, but I'm gonna semi-poo-poo it. But
who knows, though? I mean,
yeah, you never know. Like, I'm not gonna dismiss anything anymore.
Lots of inner workings.
Yep. Because as soon as I think I'm positive, on just something as simple as these Mandela effects, I would have bet serious money that things were a certain way, and I was not even close to being right. So, like I said, I'm gonna. If this thing has taught me anything, this podcast, it's to be open-minded, very open-minded.
There you go.
Yep, and I'm starting to be a little more. It's a tiny crack, yeah, but it's getting there. Maybe my crack will open up. Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, as we wrap up this uproarious journey through the inexplicably sublime, we want to leave you with another challenge. Again, like we do every week, please share your thoughts with us on the topics that we covered today. What is your take on the Mandela effect? Do you have one we didn't cover that literally blows your mind? Or perhaps another mind-boggling question? Connect with us on our social media. You know where to find us. We're everywhere. You can be a part of the Sublime Squad community. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and Instagram, and we're available anywhere you can find a podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for your guaranteed dose of laughter and enlightenment. And if you like the show, leave us a review. We read them. We read every one of them.
Every single one.
So stay tuned for another lovely episode next week of something. We haven't decided yet. And then we'll do a Valentine's Day episode and episode about leap year, and all sorts of fun stuff. So that being said, I think that's it, man. I think that's all I got.
That's it. That is it. We're good for another week.
Perfect. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Keep it tight. You're right.